Alright, this is lesson 64, number 5, algebra 2. So it says find the zeros. So basically I want to try to factor that and set it, basically solve it. That's how you can find the zeros, just by solving it. So do we remember, so we know that it's going to get factored, it's going to end up looking like, and we'll set it equal to 0. Right, and use the zero product property. Problem is, what goes in here and here? So sometimes, like, some people like that box method or whatever, so the area model method. So first we got to figure out what needs to go there. So the way you do this, the problem, probably the reason you're asking me this one, is you got a 2 in front of your x squared. So it's not super simple. It's not just going to multiply to make negative 15 and add to make 1. It's going to actually multiply to make whatever 2 times negative 15 is. So that's negative 30, and add to make the 1. That's a 1 in front of it. Okay, so then we can think of the two numbers. So just imagine two numbers that, well, 15 and 2, 5 and 6, that's perfect. 5 and 6, because then we can let this one be negative. Now you think I'm going to just stick them in there and go x minus 5, x plus 6, but I'm not, because I can't, because of that 2 coefficient. So when you have a coefficient in front of x squared, you have to use this. You can use the box method, or you can use factor by grouping. I'm going to do the box because I think a lot of the students like that one. So what I'm going to do is you stick this number and this number in the box. So this one goes here, and the negative 15 goes here. And then, can anybody guess what two numbers go here and here? Yeah. Stick a little X on them. Right, because those two actually make up 1. They make up this. Okay, now you just guess like what times what equals that area. So I would look at it and say, up here I want there to be a 2 and an X. The reason I put the 2 up here and not over here is because if I put the 2 over here, that's not going to go into my 5, but 2 goes into the 2 and the 6. So 2x times something equals 2x squared. So what goes out here? Right on the side right there.
X.
Yeah, x. And then can anyone imagine what would go right here? They have to multiply to make 6. So 2x times 3 would multiply to make 6x, yeah. And then up here, it has to multiply to make negative 5x. We got an x here, so we need a negative 5 up here. And then we check down here and make sure that this times this makes this, and it does. So this thing right here is what goes in my parentheses. 2x minus 5 and x plus 3. Since it's not negative, it's plus. Okay, and why did I set it at equal to 0? Well, it asked me for the zeros of the function. So I want to find out what makes the function be 0. So then I use the zero product property. So that says 2x minus 5 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. Right, because if they multiply by each other and get the answer of 0, one or the other must be 0. So that's why we do it like this. And then, so if I just solve this equation, I add 5. That would give me 2x equals 5, and that would give me x equals 5/2, or 2.5. So there's one of the zeros of the function. Here's another 0. Well, you can imagine you subtract 3 on both sides, and you get x equals negative 3. And there's the zeros of the function. The two answers right there and there. Is that okay? Or do you have questions? No questions?